I lift my eyes from the screen, not abruptly, just enough. The room returns its full size, soft. The chair creaks like it's allowed to speak again. Light stretches across the desk. Then my hands release their posture, fingers open wide. The work stays where it is, untied. I don't judge the progress, I don't count the gain. I let the pause arrive, unclaimed. I look up and let the work breathe. No rush, no dead. I don't pull myself back in, I don't reset. I let stillness meet momentum, I don't assume. I look up and let the work breathe, and I do too. The clock resumes its gentle roll, marking, not pushing. Thoughts drift sideways briefly, resting. I roll my shoulders carefully, neck remembers air. The body thanks me quietly there. Outside the window, the world continued on without needing my attention. All alone, not every pause is interruption, not every stop delay. Some rest protect the rhythm of the day. I look up and let the work breathe, before fatigue forms, before focus tightens into norms. I don't rush back into doing, I don't assume. I look up and let the work breathe, and I move through. I remember how I once believed that stopping meant loss, that if I stepped away I'd pay the cost. Now I feel how this brief distance keeps me whole, how work holds better shape when it's allowed to roll. Remaining here without agenda doesn't slow my pace, it gives attention somewhere to place. Inhale, exhale, eyes open, room real. Still here, still fine. I look up and let the work breathe, not finished, not new. I let the pause complete itself before I move. I don't force the next beginning, I don't assume. I look up and let the work breathe, and I become one. Light shifts, breath clears, the work waits. So do I.
Shoes come off without comment, the floor remembers me. My feet touch something familiar and finally breathe. The bag leaves my shoulders slowly, weight sets down. The day slides off my back without a sound. The room holds its steady temperature, neither warm nor cold. Everything inside agrees I'm home. I don't check my phone, I don't explain. I let the body arrive before the brain. I take off my shoes and the night begins. No signal, no sign. I don't carry the street inside. I leave the line. I let the house hold what remains. I don't assume. I take off my shoes and the night begins. And I do too. Lights adjust to a softer range. Corners relax. Furniture resumes its quiet rolling tact. My shoulders fall to their natural place. Breath deepens low. The body stops negotiating and knows. The outside keeps moving somewhere that's fine. It doesn't need me now. This time. Not every transition needs ceremony. Not every rival proof. Some endings complete themselves when they're smooth. I take off my shoes and the night begins. Before rest takes shape. Before the evening decides its pace. I don't ask the quiet for permission. I don't assume. I take off my shoes and the night begins. And I move through. I remember how I once believed that nights had to earn their softness after effort burned. Now I feel how this small release is enough. How standing barefoot is tough. In the best way, honest, slow, real. Remaining here without direction doesn't delay my rest. It teaches the body what safety feels like best. Bag down, shoes off, breathe drops enough. I take off my shoes and the night begins. Not late, not new. I let the house recognize me as I move through. I don't bring the daylight further. I don't assume. I take off of my shoes and the night begins. And I become one. Bare feet, warm floor. The night opens. The day is no more.
The sky is thinning, not awake. No promise made, no promise break. Light is here, but not quite known. Still deciding where to go. The air feels newer than before, like it forgot what it was for. Every shadow steps aside without a reason why. I don't stand up, I don't wait, I don't call this being late. If I'm moving without feet, that's enough for me. I don't name the coming day, I don't send the night away. If the light begins to lean, I lean with it. Light hasn't chosen a shape yet, it hasn't told me who to be. Nothing written, nothing said, just a calm expectancy. I don't follow, I don't lead, I don't search for certainty. Light hasn't been chosen a shape yet. to wait for clarity, like it owed itself to me. Now I let the moment pass without a mask. I don't rush to understand, I don't reach with open hands. If the quiet stays with me, I'll let it be. Light hasn't chosen the shape yet, I don't need it to decide. Nothing lost, nothing met, just the softest shift of time. I don't ask what comes next, I don't need a reason why. Light hasn't chosen a shape yet. Maybe dawn is not a sound, just a feeling going round. Maybe hope is standing still long enough to feel it build. No arrival, no delay, just the world the way it stays. If this light becomes a day, I won't say. Light hasn't chosen a shape yet, I'm not waiting for a sign. Nothing calling me ahead, nothing pulling me behind. If the morning finds its way, it will find me anyway. Light hasn't chosen a shape yet. Soon the colors will return, soon the day will start to learn. If I'm here when that begins, that's enough. The light steps back, the room stays near. Nothing sudden, nothing clear. No announcement, no parade. Night arrives the gentle way. Streets grow quiet, not asleep. Promises the dark can keep. Windows glow in muted lines. Every thought takes softer time. I don't rush to close the day, I don't ask it what to say. If it leaves a little space, I let the silence take its place. I don't fear the dimming sound, I've been here before, I've found. Night doesn't take the light away, it just lets it rest a while. Night arrives without a sound, I don't need to turn around. Nothing lost in letting go, nothing else I need to know. If the dark feels calm and kind, then it's welcome in my mind. Night arrives without a sound. Tables clear, the hours fold, daytime stories softly told. Every plan that didn't land feels okay inside my hands. I used to fill the quiet fast, afraid the moment wouldn't last. Now I let the stillness stay, like it's earned the right to stay. I don't chase a brighter sign, I don't measure night by time. If I'm breathing, if I'm here, then the way ahead is clear. Night arrives without a sound, no sharp edge, no falling down. questions now. Maybe peace is feeling fine, leaving answers for the light. No confession, no release, just a gentle kind of peace. If tomorrow comes along, it will find me not too far gone. Night arise without a sound. I don't fight it, I lie down. Let the quiet rearrange all the parts I couldn't name. If the dark feels safe and true, I'll move slowly into you. Night arise without a sound. The room remembers how to be, even when the lights all leave. If I rest and close my eyes, night arrives, and so do I. The hour doesn't lean on me, it doesn't make a sound. It stays exactly where it is, not lost, not to be found. The room feels finished, asking things, no edges left to meet. The day has paused its questions and placed them at my feet. No weight behind the air, no future pulling here. Nothing is expected of this hour, no answer, no return. I don't prepare, I don't resist, I simply let it turn. There's no requirement to arrive, no pressure to be sure. Nothing is expected of this hour, and I can finally endure. The light has settled into tone, not bright but fully there. It doesn't trace the shape of things, it rests without compare. A thought comes close, then fades again before it learns to speak. The silence doesn't feel so large, it feels complete, unique. No call I need to hear, no outcome drawing near. Nothing is expected of this hour, no task I have to claim. I don't improve upon the calm, I don't give it a name. I let the moment stay unfinished, I let it remain pure. Nothing is expected of this hour, and that is what it's for. There were hours that demanded proof that I was doing fine, but this one asked for nothing else except a little time. It doesn't measure who I am or what I've come to be, it only stays as open space and leaves me free. Nothing is expected of this hour, it holds without a test. I don't need to justify why I am at rest. The afternoon has found its depth, the quiet feels secure. Nothing is expected of this hour, and I am still and sure. as expected anymore. Resting without a name. There is resting, but no one resting. There is quiet, but no one listening. Nothing needs a name right now. No me, no mine, just the resting, just the time. Nothing is missing, nothing is found. Resting without a name. Resting all the same. The body is here, but it has no label. The breath is here, but it is not counted. Everything is happening without being called. No stories, no titles, no before, no after. Just this resting, just this resting, nothing to be. Rest quietly. The quiet does not belong to anyone. The warmth does not need a home. It stays because it stays. Resting, no name. Quiet, the same. Resting, 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 resting in me. If sleep is here, it has no name. If sleep is gone, nothing changes. Resting, resting without a name. Resting, resting without a The light is low but not asleep. It knows the shape of now. The room is quiet in a way that doesn't ask me how. My eyes are open, soft and slow, no need to close them yet. The evening hasn't asked for rest, it hasn't finished letting. No signal to lie down, the calm is all around. I'm still awake, still gentle, not holding on, not gone. The night hasn't called my name, the dark is still a tone. I stay inside this lowered light, don't need to decide. I'm still awake, still gentle, and the world is kind. A sound moves through the distance once, then leaves without return. It doesn't wake a memory, it doesn't make me turn. The day is far enough away to stop explaining me. The night is close enough to feel, but not to take the key. No reason left to try. The moment passes by, I'm still awake, still gentle. I let the evening breathe. I don't prepare for sleep just yet, I don't try to leave. I sit with what is still aware, I don't push it aside. I'm still awake, still gentle, and nothing needs to hide. There were nights I rushed into just to feel the day dissolve, but now I trust this middle space that doesn't need resolve. Some calm lies best between the open eye and dream. It holds us lightly where we are, without extremes. I'm still awake, still gentle, the quiet doesn't pull. I don't resist the coming dark, I don't go dull. I let the moment be enough, I let the breath decide. I'm still awake, still gentle as the night arrives. The light stays low, the room stays kind, no switches flip tonight. I'm still awake, still gentle in the early night. Hello clock, hello time, hello tick that sounds like rhyme. Hello room, hello bed, hello sleep, the day is set. The clock is moving very slow, it doesn't rush and doesn't go. Its scans feel soft, they gently say there is no hurry anyway. Tick sounds quiet, almost shy, like a lullaby passing by. The room feels calm, the world feels small, nothing needs me now at all. Close my eyes, nice and slow. Clock moves gently, tick-tock low. Close my eyes, feel so deep. Clock stays with me while I sleep. Close my eyes, soft and warm, safe inside this quiet form. Close my eyes, drifting time. Clock moves slow in gentle rhyme. Fingers rest upon the wall. They don't shout and they don't call. Minutes stretch and hours yawn, waiting softly for the dawn. My breath goes in, my breath goes out, like the tick that drifts about. Nothing fast and nothing new. The night knows just what to do. Close my eyes, nice and slow. Clock moves gently, tick tock low. Close my eyes, feel so deep. Clock stays with me while I sleep. Close my eyes, soft and warm, safe inside this quiet form. Close my eyes, drifting time. Clock moves slow and gentle rhyme. The clock is very kind, leaving busy thoughts behind. Shh, no need to stay, time is soft and far away. Clocks don't hurry, clocks don't run, they just wait till morning sun. I don't need to stay awake, sleep is easy now to take. Clock so slow, clock so kind, letting time fall from my mind. Clock so slow, clock so still. Night is quiet, always will. Close my eyes, soft and deep. Clock stays here while I sleep. Close my eyes, safe and warm. Nothing else I need to know. Little breath goes in and out, like a tick that drifts about. Little breath, nice and low. Everything is moving slow. Close my eyes, drifting time. Everything feels calm and fine. Close my eyes, soft and deep. Clock stays with me while I sleep. Night so wide, night so still. Nothing more and nothing will. Night so wide, night so kind. Sleep is easy now to find.
The work resumes in a quieter tone, not restarting, just continuing. Tasks reconnect like familiar paths, already listening. My hands remember what to do without instruction or strain. The day feels cooperative now, not something to contain. Light stays steady on the surface, sound keeps its distance. Everything works for me in simple coexistence. I don't brace for momentum, I don't anticipate the load. I let the hours unfold as they go. The day continues without pressing me, without raising its voice. I move inside the ordinary by choice. I don't hurry the progress, I don't assume. The day continues without pressing me, and I move through. Time behaves like a partner again, reliable, not sharp. Minutes pass with intention, leaving their mark. Thoughts feel practical, grounded. They come when they're needed. They don't body stays aligned with effort. Posture easy, breath slow. I notice how balance learns how to grow. Not every stretch of work needs drive, not every hour proof. Some things are done most honestly when calm stays in the room. The day continues without pressing me before fatigue can rise, before the clock turns moments into something I outrun. I don't trade steadiness for speed. I don't assume. The day continues without pressing me, and I become one. Believe that ease meant losing ground, that if work didn't hurt a little, it didn't count. Now I feel how continuity carries further than force, how showing up gently stays on course. Remaining present inside this place doesn't dull my aim. It keeps the work inhabitable, it keeps it sane. If later the day grows louder or the rhythm feels thin, I'll remember how it continued without pushing in. No signal marked this balance, no sound told me when. I simply noticed the day was working with me again. The day continues without pressing me, not light, not heavy. I let the flow stay sustainable, I let it be ready. I don't add weight to the hours, I don't assume. The day continues without pressing me, and I move through. Soon the afternoon will lean forward, soon another change may come, but I will know how this part lived. Steady done. Steady done.
The sky tilts slightly to one side, not bright but decided. Light doesn't rush or speak, it simply starts to lean. The room remembers where it ends, edges clearer than they've been. Every shadow steps away, not afraid to fade. I don't stand, I don't move, I don't call this something new. If the light knows where to go, I'll follow slow. I don't ask it to arrive, I don't tell it how to shine. If it chooses one small way, that's okay. The first direction of light finds the wall and finds my eyes. I don't open, I don't hide, I just let it pass inside. Nothing sudden, nothing right, just the softest sign of time. The first direction of light. Colors warm without a name, daylight learning how to stay. Every sound begins to rise without a size. If the glow knows where to land, I understand. The first direction of light moves the air, then settles in. I don't mark it, I don't fight, I don't ask what this has been. Nothing lost, nothing bright, just the world adjusting fine. The first direction of light. Maybe morning isn't born, it just finds another form. Maybe hope is noticing how gently things begin. No announcement, no reply, just the sky changing its mind. If this moment drifts away, I won't stay. The first direction of light doesn't need a reason why. I don't follow, I don't lead, I just let it come to me. If the day decides to rise, it will do it in its time. The first direction of light. Soon the streets will breathe again, soon the hours will begin. If I'm here when that is true, that's enough to do. Light moves in before I think. The room knows more than I do. Nothing waits for my command. The morning's already true. The street is open, calm and clear, not asking me to steer. Every sound has found its place without my interference. I don't rush to start the day, I don't chase it anyway. If the coffee cools a bit, that's fine with me. I don't need to set the tone, I don't need to take control. If the morning knows its role, I let it go. The morning works without me, it doesn't need my plan. I don't have to make it ready, I just stand where I am. Nothing calling me to prove, nothing pushing me to move. The morning works without me. Windows glow in patient lines, time is kind this time. Every task waits quietly, not demanding urgency. I used to think the day began only when I raised my hand. Now I see it's been awake long before. I don't force myself to rise, I don't sharpen my replies. If the light is soft and slow, I'll go slow. The morning works without me, I don't hurry in, I don't need to chase a feeling to begin again. Nothing missing if I stay, nothing lost if I delay. The morning works without me. Maybe ease is how things start, without pulling them apart. Maybe hope is letting go of the need to know. No direction, no demand, just the day at hand. If I breathe and let it be, that's enough for me. The morning works without me, I don't need to lead, I don't have till my morning.
The room feels farther than before, but not unfamiliar. Every sound has softened, every ear lets go. The mind begins to speak in now, sentences don't finish. Every worry that felt sharp turns dim and distant. I don't follow what I think, I don't hold the links. If the thoughts begin to blur, I let them. I don't gather what remains, I don't keep the names. If the quiet feels unclear, I stay here. Thoughts lose their edges, they don't ask to stay. Every corner slowly rounds and fades away. I don't need to understand, I don't need to hold the thread. Thoughts lose their edges. The ceiling floats a little now, distance shifts its meaning. Every memory that came arrives less clearly. I used to chase the final line like rest required a sign. Now I let the silence speak in pieces. I don't push the night along, I don't make it long. If the minutes fall apart, that's fine. Thoughts lose their edges, nothing pulls them back. Every feeling learns to rest in softer facts. I don't need a closing word, I don't need to be assured. Thoughts lose their edges. Maybe sleep is not a fault, just forgetting form at all. Maybe rest is when the mind stops drawing lines. No conclusion, no demand, just the night across my hands. If the thinking comes undone, I'm done. Thoughts lose their edges, I don't hold the shame. Every question loosens grip and drifts away. Nothing sharp enough to bend, nothing left I must defend. Thoughts lose their edges. If sleep comes in between, I won't notice when. Nothing pulling at my head. Thoughts lose their edges. The door stays open, light comes through. The room already knows what to do. Nothing waiting to begin. The afternoon settles in. Tables fill, the air feels alight. Voices rise but stay polite. Every sound finds harmony, like it planned to be this easy. I don't check the time too much, I don't hold the moment tight.
If the day is moving well, I move with it. I don't push the tempo fast, I don't slow it just to last. If it feels alive and clear, I stay here. This afternoon knows the way. It doesn't rush, it doesn't wait. Every hour falls in place, like it's always felt this way. I don't lead, I don't pursue, I just do what afternoons do. This afternoon knows the way. Cups are warm, the counter hums. People come and people run, not away, just through the day, in a calm, familiar sway. I used to think good moments meant trying hard to represent. Now I let them pass me by and stay. I don't need a louder sign, I don't need to redefine. If the rhythm feels okay, I play. This afternoon knows the way. Not too bright, not turning gray. Every step feels gently placed, every breath has time and space. I don't chase what comes next, I don't question what just left. This afternoon knows the way. Maybe this is what we feel when the moment turns out real. Maybe joy is simply found in how smoothly time goes round. No arrival, no display, just the hours learn and sway. If I smile without a cause, that's the cause. This afternoon knows the way, and I'm walking in its pace. Nothing louder than okay, nothing softer than this space. I don't need to rearrange, I don't need a better day. This afternoon knows the way. Light leans gently where it stays, the room agrees, the coffee waits. If I linger just a bit, the day permits. The afternoon begins to bend, light takes its time around the end. Nothing fading, nothing gone, just the day moving on. Windows glow a softer gold, stories easing what they hold. Every sound begins to rest, like it knows what comes next. I don't rush to keep the day, I don't ask it all to stay. If it leaves a warmer tone, that's enough to take me home. I don't chase the lowering sun, I let it finish what it's done. If the light decides to slow, I slow with it. I know where the light slows down, I settle in. I don't hold the moment, I let it dim. Nothing lost or new, just a softer view where the light slows down. So do I too. Cups are empty, streets unwind, daylight loosens from the signs. Every face turns gently back,
from the weight it didn't lack. I used to count the hours left, afraid of what the night would take. Now I trust the coming shade, like a promise gently made. I don't hurry through the glow, I don't need it all to show. If it fades, it leaves a trace, enough to hold my place. Where the light slows down, I breathe again. I don't need to know how the night will end. Nothing pulling through, nothing left to prove. Where the light slows down, I do too. Maybe rest is not a stop, just a softer way to walk. Maybe peace is noticing how the day stops asking. No conclusion, no delay, just the close of something kind. If this glow is all I keep, then this glow is mine. Where the light slows down, I stay a while. Let the quiet wear a smile. I don't rush what's leaving now. I don't need to ask it how. Where the light slows down, I'm allowed. Evening gathers what remains, leaves no urgency or name. If tomorrow comes around, it will find me settled down.